Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wiaan podcast. We have a special review today. I'm sure everyone knows this. Right around the world, there was a special record or a special individual innings by South African Wiaan Mulder, who hit 367 not out, deciding to declare himself before getting to the target of 400 set by Byron Charles Lara from the West Indies. So we're going to have a little bit talk about that. We're going to actually talk about the South Africa and Zimbabwe series and what that was a series outside the World Test Championship. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But the big question we want to talk about is Wiaan Mulder's 367. Was it the right call to declare? My opinion, absolutely not. Records are meant to be broken. Now, Mulder said in the press game after the match, said that he did not want to break the record because he didn't believe. I'm just paraphrasing here. He did not believe he was worthy of breaking it. He said that Byron Lara was a legend or is a legend, and yes, he was at that time, and the record deserves to be his. I think that's a bit strange. You're in a very great position to be yourself to put yourself in. Mulder, if he would have got this 400, he would have been forever in Test match folklore until that record would have been broken. Just by what kind of career he would have had or is going to have, he would have been in Test cricket folklore. So I think that is a missed opportunity. Now, he was the captain. There's a lot of hate for Temba Bavuma. He is not the captain. He is not playing this series. Wiaan Mulder is the captain. He declared on himself. My question for Mulder is, why would you not declare when you're on 300 or 350? Why declare on 367? I think it was just a strange thing to do. They had their lunch break, and we were thinking, well, he's gonna completely break this record, and probably he was. This was a very flat track against a timid bowling unit, mind you. The Zimbabwe bowler Blessing is a very good bowler. Has taken a five for an Asia. So that's no laughing matter. If you can take a five for an Asia as a seamer, you're a very good bowler. But the pitch was very flat, so I would have gave Mulder an 85% chance of breaking that record if he would have came out after lunch. What was amazing in this innings, he did this at a strike rate of over 100. Now he sits at fifth at all-time highest individual runs as a Test batsman. The next best strike rate is 86. So he hit his at 100, 104, 105, which was absolutely impressive. He belted a lot of boundaries. We're actually just going to bring. I'm going to bring this up. Okay. He hit it in 49 boundaries. So if he would have hit that 400, it would have been a record boundaries, 49. As I said, sorry, he went under a strike rate of 109. 109.99. I'll go off camera here. The next best was Matthew Hayden at 86.95. He got his 380 incidentally against Zimbabwe as well, of 437 balls, 38 boundaries, 11 sixes. Mulder's 367 not out was 334 balls, 49 fours, only 4 sixes. So he did it in fours. So that is quite remarkable. As I said, we bring the camera back up. He sits fifth at all time runs in an individual innings. He sits second as the most runs without getting dismissed. Byron Lara, of course, 400. Wiaan Mulder is the second highest batsman remaining that has not got out. So there's a bit of history there. So was it the right call? My opinion, no. It made it just more. It didn't make any sense to me when he went past 330, he went past 340, went past David Warner. He was the last batsman to hit 300 in 2019 against Pakistan. He made 333. Mulder just kept on ticking off the list. We thought if he was going to declare 350, maybe 300, he just kept on going. So when he went past 350, I was a little bit confused on why he declared when he could have declared at any time before that. So as far as the statement he made, I think I don't really buy that. I think maybe a coach was in his ear. Maybe he had second thoughts. But Chris Gayle, a legendary West Indies player, came out and said he's made a dreadful mistake. He should have broken that record. And I completely agree with Chris Gayle. He should have just continued batted and broken that record. Who knows? He could have made 450. He could have made 500. We'll get more into the South Africa Zimbabwe series. It was a 2-test series held in Zimbabwe. It was not part of the World Test Championship, which I think is a little bit disappointing in my opinion. But either way, it was a complete domination by South Africa. They're not playing their first string team. They've rested their first string team. They're playing a second string team, and they've done it very easily, led by Wiaan Mulder. We have a 19-year-old scoring 100, the highest individual innings for a 19-year-old in the first Test match. He was absolutely sensational. Sorry if I got off camera. We had debuts picking up 5-wicket hauls. We had, as I said, world record record innings, led by Mulder. So this series absolutely had it all. As I said, the 19-year-old that made that 100, Pistorius, a young keeper, one to look out for the future, in my opinion. He's going to be around for a very long time. Kyle Verreynne made some runs in this series. They all did, really. The one I also want to talk about is Corbin Bosch. He debuted this series. He made 100. In the first innings, he took a fifer as well. He was absolutely fantastic in this series. Sean Williams for Zimbabwe, I will give Zimbabwe some credit. Sean Williams was fantastic in the second Test match. In the first innings, belting 87 runs from 50 balls, if you don't mind. He is a world-class player, Sean Williams. It's a shame he's playing for Zimbabwe. He's only played a limited amount of Test matches. His average is something like 47. So he's a very good player. It's a shame he's only played so many amount of Test matches, but he scored hundreds against New Zealand. He scored hundreds in Asia, against big nations. So not just scoring hundreds in his home country, he's scoring hundreds everywhere. Scored 100 in Bangladesh, in the UAE. A great cricket player, Sean Williams. So a little bit of credit there. But yeah, Zimbabwe probably way out of their depth. We can have talks about it. Should there be a 2-tier system? Play in Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, West Indies, Ireland, Afghanistan in a 2-tier system. Series like this, will warrant conversations like these. In my opinion, I think it's great that Zimbabwe are playing 10 Test matches a year. Having said that, what about next year? Are they going to go back to 2 Test matches a year? They need to keep playing Test matches to improve. But anyway, that's here, near, or there. So that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, South Africa have won this series 2-0. Wiaan Mulder declared on 367 not out. Strange decision for me. Should have broken the record. Would have broken the record. Would have cemented himself in Test match folklore, no matter what career he would have had from here on end. But he is the captain. He can do what he wants. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Been a pleasure. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We've got more content coming up. We've got the third Test match between West Indies and Australia. We've got England and India, the third Test match coming up. That starts today or tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. But anyway, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and goodbye.